Welcome to my channel, guys. Today we're going to talk dark mafia romance. Now these aren't super dark. I wouldn't consider these super dark, but they are mafia romance and they're so good. So these are by J.T. Geissinger, and it is her series called A Queens and Monsters Novel. Now don't let the title fool you. This isn't fantasy. This is mafia. So it's a set of 4 books, and let's get right into it. The first one, I had to write notes on this one because it's been a while since I've read these, but I had to include them because they were so good. The first one is Ruthless Creatures, and this one's under 400 pages. Okay, so, I remember this one. This had Mr. Yes Please is Cage. He is, I think he's like an assassin for the mafia, and he's coming in town to collect a debt. Now, the heroine, what was her name? Oh, I think Natalie. I think it was Natalie. Anyway, so he comes into town to collect on a debt. The problem is Natalie ends up getting caught in it because it originally involved her fiance who's missing. So she doesn't know where her fiance is. She doesn't know if he's dead or alive. And then Cage comes in town and he's ready to take care of business, right? Well, she gets caught up in it, not knowing anything, like why he's here, what's happening, why he's after her. But of course, through the course of it, right, he's like, I gotta have this girl, right? So he's kind of like, dark and grumpy and mysterious. And she's just kind of almost like a deer caught in the headlights because she's down and out. Her fiance's been missing. And yeah, so I think they end up meeting in a bar. Really, I think he's supposed to target her and kill her, but he can't. Of course he can. He ends up falling for her. But anyway, this had some spice. This good banter. J.T. Geissinger just does it with the banter, guys. If you are obsessed with good banter, listen to me. Listen to your book auntie. You gotta get J.T. Geissinger's books because she just, to me, hands down, some of the best banter. So that's book 1. Book 2 is Carnal Urges. Hi, baby. My kitty's off to the side here. God, I hope she doesn't come up here and knock anything down. Anyway, book 2 is Carnal Urges. Now, book 2 was my favorite. This one is Declan and Sloane. He's grumpy Irish mafia. She is like this happy sunshine yoga instructor. He's older, so she's younger. So there's the age gap. Hi, baby. And so what happens is she gets blamed for something, and basically she's innocent, but what he does is he kidnaps her. Daddy Declan comes in and he kidnaps her, okay? So from the moment he gets her, he's just like, what did I get myself into? She's sassy, she's funny, she's like all glitters and rainbows, and he is just like this, Irish mafia bigwig, right? Like he's the head of the Irish mafia. And now he's got to deal with all sunshines and butterflies. Sloane. The banter in this, guys, is to die for. It's so good. It's so funny. There's funny parts in here. It's sexy. It's spicy. But yeah, so I just love their story, Declan and Sloane. It was, out of the 4 books, it was my favorite personally. And it was one of those books I just was like, please don't end. But anyway, yeah, so it was really good. That's book 2. Book 3 is, did I already say these are all standalones? You don't have to read them in any particular order, but the characters do appear in throughout each other's books. You know what I mean? Even though it's a set of, new characters, you'll get introduced to some of the other characters, throughout the series. So I say just read them all. That's what I think. Just read them all, even though you don't have to. They are standalones. So book number 3 is Savage Hearts. This one deals with the Bratva, the Russian mafia, right? This one is Mr. Yes Please, and this one was Malik, and the heroine is Riley. I don't know if you can see my kitty. Anyway, this is my hot mess. She's a mess. Anyway, so this one, really good banter. There's some spice. Basically, she gets caught up in the mess because he's coming to avenge his brother's death. So yeah, I honestly, I'm trying to think what stood out in this one. I don't think I can think of anything that really stood out other than really great banter. But it's still worth the read. So anyway, that one was Savage Hearts. Book number 4 is Kashi. Do we gotta show everybody your whole tuchus? Anyway, book number 4 is Brutal Vows. And this one had top-notch banter, okay? This one was good. So he is Spider. You meet Spider in one of the other books. He's Declan's like right-hand man. And so Spider is supposed to have an arranged marriage with the Italian mafia's, one of the guys, is it his niece? Or is it the heroine's niece? Anyway, it's Spider and Raina. So this is arranged marriage. They cannot stand each other. So Raina's niece, Raina's niece is supposed to marry Spider. And she's like, I don't care about this alliance. Under no circumstances is my niece gonna marry this man. And she tries to just fight tooth and nail, right? Like she's not having it. And I think at one point Spider calls Raina a swamp witch, which just had me cracking up. It was so hilarious. But yeah, the banter in this is good. So this is Irish mafia combined with the Italian mafia. And they're supposed to try to form an alliance. But yeah, so anyway, through the process, obviously Spider ends up falling for Raina. And Raina's like, screw you, buddy. But then you know what happens. You know how this goes. She ends up falling for him too. So in all of these books, they all get their happy ending. Book 4 was really good. Spider and Raina's story was really good too. For me, I really loved number 2 and I would say number 4, but honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. I really love them. As always with J.T.Geissinger, she just knocks it out of the park with her banter. And all of these have good spice. They've got a little, thrill, suspense. We got the mafia thing going on. Overall, these are some of my favorite books. And even though it's been a while since I read them, I had to make a video to let you guys know about them because hands down, they're still one of my favorites. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out if you're looking for some mafia romance. These are considered dark romance, but I wouldn't say they're like super dark. So if you don't like the super dark stuff, I would go for these. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.